This is Money, Motivation, and Mike, and I am your host, Michael Wainwright. In charge of the show is Jason Wright. And hello to you, world. This is the show that can and will change your life. And you know how many people's lives we're changing right now, Jason? 44,256. And as you had mentioned off the air, in the last 28 days, we have 15,796 new YouTube subscribers.
Maybe I misheard you. You said 44,000? You mean 200? Oh, 44,000?
No, you heard me correctly. I missed the two.
Yes. Okay.
244,256. My apologies.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. I had a lapse there. But yes, so my point is here on our 2025 goal of getting to 250,000, we are well on our way, my friend, with less than 5,800 needed. And like I say, 15,796 in the last 28 days.
Yeah, we're going to hit that goal by the end of the month, I think.
I think it's going to be a happy Thanksgiving.
Indeed.
Here we are in mid-November. Yeah. Just to prove that goals can be obtained. Goals are not a phantom thing. Hey, if you remember, viewing and listening audience, when we went off the air last week, I specifically said, this government shutdown better be over with when we come back on the air, or I am probably going to lose it. Guess what happened on Wednesday night at 10:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jason?
Tell me.
Trump signed the bill ending the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. That's what happened.
Very good.
Yep. Legislation late Wednesday evening that spanned 43 days. Now, that's putting our next funding deadline into late January. January the 30th. This didn't get us to next October 1st. This just got us 60, 75 days.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you might as well just wipe out December because they're not going to do anything in December. From about Thanksgiving till January the 2nd, they're not going to do a flipping thing.
Probably right.
So then we're going to be right back here looking at each other and hacked off at the world. Come about January 15th that we're closing in on January the 30th. Now, this is going to be big. Mark my word. This is going to be big because of one agency. Internal Revenue Service, tax time, tax season, on and on and on. Big, bad, beautiful black bill, whatever, blue bill, whatever it was. I'm being sarcastic there on that. I know what it is, but nevertheless, you understand.
Yeah, they're going to be a month behind on everything, aren't they?
They're already behind.
Yeah.
They woke up this morning, they're behind.
They're going to give us an extra month to file our taxes?
Now, well, I'll tell you what they will do. The IRS for sure.
Yeah.
They will use this 43 shutdown for at least 2 to 3 years on being backlogged, on not being able to get your stuff done in a proper manner.
Imagine that.
But the computers will still generate those ugly letters that you get on Saturday afternoon that almost put you into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be able to do that, just as they continue to do with hardly anyone in the Internal Revenue Service office. Okay. Now, one of the reasons that in putting a light on the Internal Revenue Service is because it affects everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And in an indirect way, of course, the ag bill does too, and and foreign affairs or veteran affairs and things of that nature do as well.
Yeah.
But everybody's directly affected because of their tax burden or tax refund or whatever it is come that time.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who rely on getting an e-file with a rapid refund check coming back just as soon as W-2s receive their hands, which is typically in late January, even though they're not due in the mail and now email or on the human resources websites till January 31st. But most people have already spent the money by January 31st.
True.
January 30th is the new D-Day.
I think a lot of people have spent that money by Christmas.
No,
and they got to pay off their credit cards.
And a lot of people spend that money at Christmas.
Yeah.
On the holidays. That's the only way little Johnny has a Christmas.
Most likely.
Yes. Okay. Now, don't know Did I agree with this? I don't agree with this, but I'm going to say it anyway, because here's what Trump said after signing the bill. Today, we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion. Now, I call it negotiation. One side has these feelings, another side has these feelings, and you're negotiating, trying to come up with a deal. Trump is saying that you cannot extort us into doing something that we don't want to do, which is, and this is all over, as we talked about, Obamacare is what I continue to call it. I'm giving him all the credit for my high dollar health insurance premiums that we've talked about right here. So he also talked about the fact that, the GOP leaders negotiated this policy and head off the expiration of October the 1st, which did not come because of health care subsidies for millions of Americans, was the number one reason why the Democrats did not help or did not vote, because, we got the filibuster going, and now we got to need 60 votes over there. The president also said and made his pitch during his speech of signing of ending government shutdown. He made his pitch again, nixing the Senate filibuster, despite resistance from his Republican senators. His quote was, "If we had the filibuster terminated, this would never happen again. And don't forget, we have another date coming up in the not too distant future." So he signed the bill and within minutes talked about January the 30th, the same January 30th I mentioned just moments ago. All right. Your thoughts on the filibuster, Jason?
Get rid of it.
I'm all about it too. If all you're doing is delaying the inevitable, and the filibuster, whether it's the Democrats or the Republicans using it, just cost 43 days. It'll take a year plus to catch up on those 43 days in realistic time. All it does, if you haven't done, senators and congressmen and congress people, because the Congress is no longer a congressman, it's a congresswoman too. Mm-hmm. If you haven't done your homework, and they have, to not be able to walk in there and vote, and they have, you need to go ahead and resign today anyway. All we're doing with a filibuster is delaying because you don't like the result that's fixing to happen.
Without the filibuster, this last government shutdown doesn't happen.
That's
because of the filibuster, they required 60 votes.
But that's what Trump just said.
Yeah.
That without the filibuster, this would have never happened.
Exactly.
So it is.
But we the Republicans have the majority,
but not 60.
Well, you only need 60 in the case of a filibuster to break the filibuster. So that's why we've been stuck in this government shutdown.
But which is in essence the reason you need 60. Because if it was the Republicans and they started the filibuster,
yeah,
you still need Republicans to go to the other side.
Yeah. And
I believe it was 8 Senate Democrats that broke their party to advance the package. That was Monday night. Mm-hmm. Then then the House of Representatives Wednesday night, and then Trump before midnight signs the bill and puts it into play.
Yep.
So there you go with our funding lapse package that is now in the past at least for 75 more days. And I'm telling you, we will be sitting right here talking about this same stuff, or I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but we're going to be sitting right here in the same situation we have been in for the last couple of months. Okay, so get this. As agencies prepare to bring back their furloughed staff, rescinding layoffs as the shutdown has came to an end. This is what the agency said. Agencies telling furloughed and federal employees that they're expected to show up Thursday morning, now that the House lawmakers have ended the longest government shutdown. So the government shutdown, in essence, did not end. Okay, we know the Senate passed on Monday, and then the House on Wednesday afternoon was passing. All right, but it's still not an end to the shutdown until your president signs the bill.
Right.
late Wednesday night. How many people are already in bed? You think they were sitting around waiting? And it's like I'm supposed to sit up. I'm a government employee and I'm supposed to sit on my couch and wait for you 535 knuckleheads to decide I need to be back at work in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the government agencies are expecting you to show up Thursday morning. Not Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Get your affairs back in order. And make sure that your kids have daycare Thursday morning that they have not had in 6 weeks due to the fact that they couldn't afford it. And now they got to go away. I got to call the daycare. Hey, I'll be there in the morning at 7:00. You better be ready for me. That's what the government's telling me that I had to do, and that's what you got to do.
Active duty personnel still had to serve regardless. So they hadn't received a paycheck this whole time and been working.
Okay, as we already know that many of the furloughed employees have been out for 6 weeks, and now can you imagine the backlog of work that they're going to be addressing when they get there?
Yeah,
and so the actual number was closer to 670,000. I think we said 600 and 800. 600 were not working, 800 were working without pay. The actual numbers were coming in around 670,000 employees that were not at work, 730,000 employees working without pay during the shutdown. Now, it does also need to be noted that they do get back pay.
Yeah.
In this bill, they get back pay. But since going back to Jimmy Carter, and we talked about that on the previous show, which was the first ever shutdown, every employee was given back pay in every shutdown, which they should have gotten.
Yeah.
For sure. Because their lives, you go without working for a month and a half, your life gets affected.
Yeah.
Now, the lawmakers also approved the fiscal year of 26 funding for the Agriculture Department, the Department of Veteran Affairs, military construction, and the legislative branch. Okay. The deal also reserves layoffs for about 4,000 federal employees and protects employees from future furlongs through January the 30th. Now, Jason, won't you feel better tonight going to bed knowing your job's safe for another 75 days? They passed it and it's still a joke. Freaking joke. It's embarrassing.
Well, if they get rid of this filibuster, we won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but I think I don't, maybe you could do some research on what it takes. Is it a majority? Is it 2/3? What is it?
I think it's just the general legislation at that point. So majority wins in that situation.
Well, I think a lot of people, a lot of senators, including a lot of Republican senators as well, believe that it's democracy. In response, the IRS is in the process of rescinding layoff notices that were sent to mostly human resources and IT employees last month. Now, I'm going to focus here, and I'm going to continue to focus here on the IRS. Meanwhile, the IRS Chief Human Capital Officer said Wednesday when the government reopens, they will start rescinding the recession letters. So from what I read, this is the IRS employees were not required to be there Thursday morning. When they get their rescinded letter, then they will be coming back in different waves. So as we know, the layoffs have put additional stress on the already mangled agency, is a word that I want to use, which is looking to hire and train substantial number of employees ahead of next year's tax season, Jason, which is in 6 weeks. Because they've got to go in, the agency's got to go in and implement one big, beautiful bill act, that we passed last summer. Now, this is something I did not know. Get this, Jason. The IRS has already lost almost 25% of its workforce so far this year, largely through voluntary retirement incentives. 25%. And someone who works with that government agency every day, knows that they have been undermanned since basically 2010, which was the last cutoff. And, then they were going to bring back these 80,000 machine gunned, body armored folks agents that were going to go out. I don't know what they were going to do.
Well, supposed to go after the little guys like me and you.
Oh, man. Well,
that's what everybody was afraid of. I don't know what their actual intent was.
Well, I told my Baptist brethren they were going to start with Baptist churches in Grayson County, Texas.
And they do it.
Well, we hadn't seen any of them. And so they put those agents on what? 2-3 years ago now?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And they've now lost 25% of their workforce since January the 1st. Jason, as we have gained 150,000 viewers, they have lost 25% of their workforce when they already did not have enough bodies.
You know what they did, though, right?
Tell me.
Replaced them with AI.
Well, they didn't mention that it's AI the one's been sending these ugly love letters.
Probably so.
That show up on Saturday afternoon.
That's them.
And get grandma and grandpa pretty excited. That is what they do.
All right. That's where it's going.
The bottom line is they ended the shutdown, in my opinion, for 75 days. There ain't nothing going to happen in November from Thanksgiving till January the 1st. Because a couple things. You see, the Congress has to spend time in their district. They're supposed to be finding out from their tax-paying citizens what it is that they want to happen in government in Washington, D.C. And a lot of that time is spent at the Rotary Club and the Chamber of Commerce's and in the Christmas parades, etc. during these holidays. You think they're going to be up there working on a bill? No shot.
Yeah. Well, it depends on Mike Johnson. No, he's representatives.
Yeah. He's over there. That's right.
So
as he stood right behind the president last night.
Yep.
Making sure it all got done. They all got smiles and they're clapping. Why didn't you do this 43 days ago? Why? It just blows my mind. It is 535 selfish, arrogant people who just put the whole world on pause for 43 days, Jason. Tell me I'm wrong.
Not wrong.
It hacks me off. So and they throw this at us. Oh, we're good now till January the 30th. They can't even make it to the Super Bowl, Jason.
Yeah. So you asked about the whole filibuster, how they end.
Please.
Formal rule change requires 60 votes in the Senate.
60 of the 100.
Yep.
Okay. So just like the filibuster itself, to end the filibuster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's another option called the nuclear option, and a senator can procedurally maneuver to challenge the 60 vote requirement. And by doing so, it'd be a simple majority to end that of 51.
Okay. I don't think there's 51 Republicans hold the majority right now. Didn't we say it was 53?
Yeah.
53, 45, 2. Isn't that what we said?
Yeah.
I don't think that the Republicans have 51 votes to end a filibuster. And here's the reason why. They want to make sure they've got it if they have the minority.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them will say that they are for getting rid of it until it's beneficial to them. For example, Democrats have been saying that for years, get rid of the filibuster. But as of this shutdown, they say, no, we need it.
Yeah. And
so, I mean, there's guys on video saying, get rid of it. And now they're actually actively wanting to keep the filibuster.
Kind of like you're against unemployment and food stamps till you need to get on them.
Yeah. Well, to me, the filibuster goes against the majority's rule. You got the American citizens who have voted in this majority of senators.
That's well said.
And you're now putting it in the hands of potential extortion, as Trump would say, right?
I couldn't be better said myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think what he meant is you're trying to get us to do this, so you'll do that, and that's extortion. And
the only people who paid for this is the American citizen.
Well, I don't know, Jason, because there's probably a lot of people around the world that are expecting that United States check to show up so we can bail their butts out. But we can't tend to our own business.
All of our foreign aid we're sending to them.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Totally ridiculous.
Like I said, the only one hurting this is American citizens. I ain't concerned about them.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
But you said that was the only ones that were suffering. And I don't care who's suffering in Cambodia either.
Yeah.
But they're hacked off too.
Yeah. Now, that's not to say we don't care what's going on there, but I don't think it's our responsibility.
Well, I can care after we take care of the 350 million Americans.
Priorities.
Yeah. For some crazy reason, we're just stupid like that.
Yeah.
And we got 535 of them up there. So as you see your representatives and your Congress and your senator, whom all they are, in your area, you are to be writing right now. You are to be calling your local field office right now. Call the field office and ask for a meeting. You just need 15 minutes with them. Tell them you want a meeting in December. Call them, write them, text them, email them, whatever it is. If these dudes and gals would give out their phone numbers, they'd get some of this crap fixed. Yeah. So you need to get out there and express your opinion and your beliefs. And I'm telling you right now, you've heard it first right here on Money, Motivation, and Mike. As everybody else is celebrating, this will not end January the 30th. You can always find us at info@mx3.vip and find all of our content at mx3.vip or on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MX3 podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of all of our new content, which comes out every Monday morning and Thursday morning around 9 o'clock. So, for the federal government, Jason, and everyone else who's been a part of this show, continue to live your life the right way.